Most people who have completed middle school have at least a passing familiarity with Greek theater. But in many places around the world, Greek plays are regarded to such a degree that they're still performed by 21st century actors. I found this trend fascinating, as the gap between ancient Greece and the modern world spans thousands of years and countless cultural shifts, including religious, political, and technological changes. I couldn't help but wonder why these plays still resonate with modern audiences and artists, despite the distance between us. As I've combed through various modern productions of Greek drama, as well as considered my own experience in the theater world, I believe I've identified a few factors that contribute to Greek theater's enduring popularity. In my opinion, a large part of the allure of Greek drama lies simply in its privileged place in history. It's impossible to crack open a textbook on any subject without encountering the Greeks, but this is especially true when studying theater and literature. Ancient Greece is regarded as the birthplace of theater, and this title has given the theatrical literature of this culture a massive platform, from the academic world, in textbooks such as the one we used for this course, to the world of entertainment and popular culture, such as an entire episode in the literature section of the popular YouTube channel Crash Course dedicated to a single play, Oedipus Rex. It's impossible to get through 12 years of basic education without reading at least one Greek play, whether you wanted to or not. And if you go into a career in theater, you'll probably end up knowing a large portion of the Greek drama that's still in existence backward. This in-depth study of Greek plays often leads artists in the world of theater to bring these ancient writings to the modern stage, often from a simple desire to pay homage to their theatrical forefathers. Human beings have an innate desire to seek out where we came from, and that can apply to many things in our lives, from our personal ancestry to the big picture question of how we all got here in the first place. I believe the same principle applies to theater. We want to know where we came from and how our art form originated. Taking Greek plays off the page and putting them back on the stage where they belong gives us as theater artists a small taste of what theater was like in the beginning. Of course, this explanation applies mainly to modern productions which attempt to replicate Greek drama as closely as they possibly can, from accurate costumes and masks to the theater building itself. However, I have found in my research that such productions represent a relatively narrow section of the productions being performed. In most cases, Greek plays in the modern era are altered, at least in small ways, to reflect the current time. And in a large number of cases, they are overhauled completely, leaving only the words intact. Sometimes, the text is even altered to reflect modern times, such as in Georgia Southern University's 2014 production of The Birds by Aristophanes. As I see it, reworking a classic piece offers a creative playground not found in the creation of other productions. I liken this process to a phenomenon that I have noticed in myself as a musician. If you ask me to sing the song that I know best, I will probably sing A New Life from the musical Jekyll and Hyde. And if I'm stuck in a practice room for hours trying to perfect some minute detail of a complex piece by Mozart or Schumann, I will probably end up singing A New Life from Jekyll and Hyde. I do this because the song is familiar and because it draws me back to what I love about singing. All the technical details fall away, and I simply do what I love to do. It frees me up and allows me to pour more creativity and endurance into my work when I return to whatever piece I was rehearsing. The performance of an ancient Greek play can also be influenced by the time and place the performers inhabit, and vice versa. One such example is the Persians. As explained by Professor Edith Hall of Royal Holloway, University of London, in a segment for the UK's Open University, it has come to the fore at one or two very crucial moments in history. It's a play that, when it is performed, tends to make a very considerable impact. One such production of the Persians cited in this segment debuted in London in 1966 and toured the world in subsequent years. This production preceded a dictatorship in Greece which was greatly opposed to many things, including the arts, and Hall credits the production with having turned the eye of the world's artistic community to the plights of the arts in Greece. Another production, mounted by American director Peter Sellers in the 1990s, was created as a protest against the United States bombing the city of Baghdad in 1993. Although these two productions were based on the same original script, they were vastly different in almost every aspect, including costumes, casting, tone, and of course, purpose. The ancient text served as a jumping-off point for the creativity of modern directors. What strikes me most about this use of ancient Greek drama is the adaptability of the original text from a socio-political perspective. Obviously, the play was written with absolutely no knowledge of the events that would occur in 1960s Greece or 1990s Baghdad. The playwright was writing from his own perspective about the events and public figures of his own time and place, and yet his work was thoroughly applicable in these two historical contexts. In my opinion, this demonstrates the principle that there is nothing new under the sun, meaning that both our political climate and the ways we discuss it artistically do not fundamentally change from one era to another. From ancient Greece to 21st century America, there have been political figures and movements, and varied opinions on them, and art has been used to express those opinions. Our artistic commentary on our political climate may now come from Jimmy Kimmel or the cast of Saturday Night Live, but it is still fundamentally the same. At the end of the day, theater is about telling stories that appeal to the human condition. While we may not be able to relate to the details of Greek plays, we can relate to the things the characters think and feel, because they are the same things we all think and feel today. I think that by continuing to study and perform ancient texts, we can stretch the boundaries of our understanding and become more thoughtful, empathetic, open-minded artists and people.